Music.
Hello and welcome to Relationship Soup. I'm your host, Lisa Hughes. Happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday, happy Tuesday. How y'all doing today? Are y'all having a good week? Is your year still off to a great start? Well, I hope it is. I'm doing well. I really can't complain. I mean, I could, but I'm on this whole journey, you know what I mean? To let things flow and to be elevated and all that, right? All right, boom. Well, thank you all so much for joining me for this 57th episode. We're going to be talking about some good stuff today, and I think it's going to help you, right? But y'all already know, before I get started, I got to do my spiel. Now, you should be liking, subscribing, sharing across all platforms. On YouTube, it's Relationship Soup, period. Y'all know what I'm going to say. You got to put the period. Or you going to be somewhere else, right? Come and join the group. I'm going to actually be addressing a couple of things from the group today. So, Relationship Soup Group. That's how you find us on Facebook. If you want to follow me, it's Relationship Soup LLC, right? You just want to follow what I do. And then, of course, you got to hit the website for all of your greeting card needs, right? So, www.relationshipsoup.com. All right. So now I got that out of the way. Again, thank you all for joining me. Oh, I see your comments are in there already. Okay. So, like other shows, you can join me in the studio. I'm going to go ahead and put that link in the comments. Okay. So, if you want to join me in the studio, feel free. Get on in the room, right? If you got questions, concerns, comments, whatever, get in here. All right. So, let's see here. So, Ian says, good. Oh, okay. That's what's up, Ian. You got COVID. Oh, no. Take care of yourself, Ian. Feel better. You can still come in the studio, though, if you want to, right? Because, I mean, you ain't contagious virtually, right? So if you want to get on in here, feel free to do that. All right, boom. So, again, thank you all for joining me. So, tonight, I want to stay on this process or this journey or this series, if you will, of deepening connections. That was one of the first shows coming back, right, for the new year. And so I just want to stay on that path for a little bit. So tonight, we are going to be talking about the power of apologies. Okay? Have y'all ever apologized before or been apologized to? Think about that. So why do the words, I'm sorry, carry so much weight? Or do they? Right? So basically tonight, I'm going to be exploring genuine apologies because apologizing can heal. It can strengthen relationships, the whole gamut, and even foster growth. Okay? Because when you can apologize, that's accountability. Just saying. So anyway, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So if you ain't got your favorite drink yet, feel free to go ahead and do that and get on in this room. Let's talk about it. All right. And then later, of course, I'm going to have a true false game. So stick around. We're going to have that as well. So let's see here. I see there are some more people in this room. All right. So let's see here. Derek. Good evening, Derek. How are you? Then we have Reese. Thank you. Oh, you watching from the car? Right on, Reese. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Oh man, because sending up words of speedy healing. Oh, absolutely. Yes, yes, yes. Ian, get better. Get you some sea moss or something. Girl. And Nikki's in this room saying, hey, what's up, Nikki? All right, boom. So let's go ahead and get into this. So what is an apology, y'all? Anybody want to define that for me? What is an apology to you? Okay. I'll go ahead and define it. So basically, it's acknowledging wrongdoing. Okay. It's expressing regret and making amends. And an apology can happen in various situations from career to personal or whatever, right? But think about this. What is the impact of an apology? Okay, so there is a stat from the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology that basically says that apologies can rebuild trust by 40%. By 40%, y'all. So is it worth it? Is it worth it to apologize? I see you, Fonda. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining me. How you feel about apologizing, Fonda? Fonda? How do you feel about apologizing? What does an apology mean to you, Fonda? Let me know. All right, boom. So anyway, apologies can definitely build intimacy. It can help to rebuild trust. It can be validating as well. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, like I will validate myself, and I know the power of validation. If I love you, it matters what you think to me. Now, if I don't, hey, it is what it is. But apologizing, especially in this day and time, and especially if it's somebody that you love, I think it's a good thing. I mean, personally, all right, let me put my accountability out here, y'all. I've had to apologize. You hear me? On more than one occasion. I am not perfect. Okay. I be doing stuff. I ain't gonna lie about it. So I can think of a time when hmm, and I be having the best intentions, y'all. Can I be honest? I be really trying to have the best intentions, but sometimes the intentions it just don't you know what I'm saying? It don't flow. And I'll be finding myself having to go back and apologize. Like I can think of a time, um, okay, it was a discussion, okay, and I thought I was on point, right? Hey, I'm feeling this way about XYZ, right? Then I had to do a knowledge of self. I had to take some time out, and I'm like, man, Lisa, you was all the way wrong. So I actually went back to apologize. Like, look, I know I was wrong. And see, I'm not even gonna play with you when it comes to an apology. I ain't gonna be like, hey, I'm sorry you made me mad. Now some of y'all be doing that. Some of y'all be like, I'm sorry you feel that. No, that ain't no real apology. We'll get into that though. But I went back, hey, I'm sorry for XYZ. And then I can remember another situation. A friend and I were having a conversation. And I had the best intentions, okay? And again, it wasn't no good. So I actually went back to apologize to this friend, and they actually told me, hey, Lisa, I really appreciate you apologizing to me. Not many women do that. I ain't gonna say who that friend is, but I know he watching. But listen, some of us women, we do apologize. We do. The same. So anyway, um, from personal to even professional, I'm an entrepreneur as well. I've had to apologize for things. I've had to apologize to students and everything else. I don't mind being accountable. That's growth, right? So how y'all feel? All right, I see y'all comments. So Reese says apology without action is manipulation. Yeah, I can see that. Absolutely. Derek says an apology is an attempt for me to snow you so I can do it again. Snow? Now look, if I'm reading that wrong, y'all better let me know because y'all know Coach Jay will come in here talking crazy. Okay, so let's see here. Fonda says a sincere apology can mend fences and rebuild trust. Absolutely. Absolutely it can. Let me ask y'all something. Should parents apologize to their children? Should bosses apologize? Is anybody beneath an apology in your opinion? Think about that. So Derek says, "Now I see it as when it's sincere, it's an attempt to atone to the wrong and give self grace too." Absolutely it is. Absolutely it is. I mean, apology can release you too, right? Absolutely. So let's see. So Fonda says the individual apologizing has to understand that it may not have been received as intended. I'm guilty of that. I really be having the best intentions. And I ain't gonna lie to kick it like I ain't never had no good intentions because sometimes I was just mad. I was just mad and I said some things and I did some things that was not cool. I can be human and admit that. And I also apologize to it too. Apologize for it too. Just saying. So Nikki says, yes, no one is above apologizing when they're wrong. Really, Nikki? I'm just saying. I feel that way, right? So let's think about this for a second. Because I actually remember, well, as you all know, by day, I'm a professor. And I remember this particular lesson where we were talking about like companies, whatever, and how companies shouldn't or they should be very cautious when apologizing. So anyway, I thought that was pretty interesting. So anybody who's done wrong should apologize. I agree. You should. You should. Yes, parents and bosses should apologize. Absolutely. So anyway, like I said, I've had to apologize. All right. And then y'all remember, I even apologized to my listeners on a couple of occasions. Remember when when I had technical difficulties and it was a fool? I apologize. My bad, y'all, because I chose Verizon. But Verizon been doing good. Have y'all noticed? Like I ain't getting stuck or nothing. Right. So anyway. So let me ask you this. Can y'all think of a time when an apology actually changed things for the better? Can y'all think about a time when that happened to y'all? How did it make me feel? How did it make you feel? Right? It ain't all about me. How did it make you feel when you got that apology? Right? I can think of a time, and I posed a question, and what came to mind, I can remember my late father. It was probably in my 20s, it was about mid 20s, 20s. And I just remember daddy must have been doing some reflection or something. And I remember having a conversation with daddy, and he just laid it on thick, like, "Hey, little girl, I want to apologize to you for, this, and this." One of the things was because daddy used to work all the time. So he really didn't get to make like my games and different things like that. And so, like, daddy really apologized for that, right? Which I understood. That meant a lot to me that my father actually took the time out to say, "Hey, I'm sorry for this, and this." And I remember that conversation went on. And for me, in that moment, that really strengthened my father and my, and well, our relationship. Okay, look, let me be careful because listen, y'all be like, "Oh, you a whole professor and you be messing up on the words." I'm just saying though, that really meant a lot. And our father-daughter relationship got stronger and stronger and stronger. So I can attest, it ain't just stats. That was for me. All right. So let's see here. So Derek says, I see apologies and forgiveness in the same realm. Both are as much for self as the other person. Yes, absolutely. Oh, I read that. My bad. Fun fact, that's been a topic of discussion in the Bonner House this week. Someone played in our face on our wedding day. Contractor ghosted. I know you lying. Really? See? Nikki and you and I, we've been on this whole ESP thing, you and I, right? So, and you didn't even know that's what I was going to be talking about tonight. Absolutely. All right, so boom. So let's look at this, y'all. Let's look at the elements of an apology. Now, I know we all grown. Okay, we all grown. And we probably know or think we know how to apologize, right? Now, I've gotten apologies of all kinds. Okay. Now, there's genuine apologies, and then it's just apologies that suck. I'm just gonna be honest. I ain't even gonna try to sugarcoat it or use $100 word. Some apologies suck, and you could have kept that. Just saying. So, what are the elements of an apology, y'all? So let's look at this. Be sincere. Don't be lying to kick it. Okay? Don't do it just to get it out the way because the other person probably spiritually gonna pick that up. Okay? Be accountable and do it with the intention of making amends. Okay? Now, let's look at this for a second. Let's practice. All right. So let's just say during an argument you raised your voice. Okay? To start that apology, you could acknowledge, I'm sorry for raising my voice, right? Or I was wrong to raise my voice. That's better. I was wrong to raise my voice. Okay. Another element of a genuine apology, take responsibility. Okay. Say, hey, yo, that was all on me. However you say it. It's plenty of ways to say my bad. Okay. And hey, I know me yelling at you made you feel a type of way, and that really affect you. You may have felt disrespected. That person could have expressed that, right? Hey, and don't be blaming others. Like I said, don't be like, hey, you made me yell at you. Stop, because sometimes people be doing that. And then express remorse. Like really be sorry. And if you're not really sorry, don't do it. Keep it. Keep your little funky apology if you don't want to apologize and be remorseful for it. Just saying. Like I'm truly sorry for the way I made you feel. And this ain't even me being a sensitive cancer. I'm just saying, right? Again, make amends and commit to change. Nikki, see you read my mind. Where's that comment at? The best apology is change behavior. Absolutely it is. Right? And then, again, this is a case by case. Let me put this out here because I don't want it like, oh, this is a for everybody. This is a no, case by case. All right. I'm just starting the conversation and y'all take it wherever y'all want to go with it. Okay. So let's see here. So now 5 months later, the same contractor wants to apologize. We're over it. It does nothing for us at this point. The apology should have been made immediate if it was sincere. I feel that, Nikki. Okay. Now this might be left field. Okay, I just recently had a conversation with someone about flow, like letting things flow through you and all that stuff. Like when things happen, we should just flow, let it go. And I would think that would be an apology. An apology. You know what I mean? Like this contractor, hey, they know that they was being trifling. They should have called y'all, maybe even if they waited after the honeymoon, Mrs. Bonner. They should have apologized soon, not waiting 5 months. And I'm going to talk about that. Is there a time to apologize? Now, y'all think about this. And I know this has probably happened to some of y'all, not just me. We've already seen where Nikki has talked about how this contractor has came back after 5 months. Have y'all ever had an ex come and apologize to y'all after some years? Have y'all ever had that happen? Should an ex do that? How'd y'all feel about that? I'm just gonna put that out there. All right, so Vonda says acknowledging you did, it affects the other person, how you will move forward. Absolutely. Those are definitely genuine elements. That statement you made is the ultimate gaslight. Oh yeah, Reese, tell me about that. Yeah, absolutely. So think about that. And another thing before I go back to that, some apology mistakes, again, like I said, don't say I'm sorry you feel that way or I'm sorry you made me do that. Don't do that. That is so wrong. I'm giggling because that has actually happened, right? Um, I'm sorry you made me treat you like that. Or this, apologizing too quickly without addressing the issue might seem insincere. Okay. Because sometimes it's like, oh, I'm sorry, damn. Bro, did you even think about it? Did you even think about it? Or are you just saying something? Okay, I'm just saying. All right, so yeah, and defensive apologies. Try not to be defensive. What you defensive for? You done wrong. Like some people that cheat. What you defensive for? Why you mad? Just saying. All right, so like I said, so what do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about an ex that comes back to apologize? Maybe you were that ex. Are y'all going back to y'all exes and apologizing? Y'all doing that? Let me know what y'all think about that. Because I've actually had that happen. I had an ex years ago, like 20s years ago, hit me up like years later. Hey, Lisa, I'm sorry for XYZ. I didn't moved on because I'm the kind of person where, okay, I do, if I, like I said, if I love you, I can appreciate an apology, right? Once I'm over it, like an ex, I don't even love you no more. I don't even need it after all those years. It's almost like, why come back and apologize? Were you even being respectful where I was in that time? You feel me? I don't know. What y'all think? What y'all think about that? Okay, boom. So now what I want to do while you all are thinking about that. So listen, there were a couple of issues presented in relationships. I do want to bring those on, okay? And one of the members really does need some advice, okay? So if you could just chime in, that would be awesome. So let me go ahead and share this. I did also share a question about apologizing as well. So let me go ahead and, because I'm going to show y'all this, okay? I am going to totally show y'all this. Okay, so boom. This is called the push away. So we're going to get back to apologizing in a minute, y'all, and apologies in a minute. So this was shared in the group. Fellas, can we talk? I mean, I got a real question. Let's get a real answer. So have you ever told a woman you love them and then just start tripping out of nowhere and ignore them to push them away? If so, what was the purpose for telling her you love her if you about to ghost her or find ways to push her away? Okay, so I'm gonna leave that up there for a second because some of y'all have probably done that before or experienced it. Okay, so what y'all think about this? All right, so what y'all think? Why do some men do that? Why do some of y'all do that? I think Bob Marley had a quote about awakening a woman's emotions and stuff, and then basically you do the fool or you're not even sincere about it, right? That he called it a coward or something, right? All right, so let me see here. I see that you all have some comments here. An apology from an ex, just a gateway for them to oh, yeah, Reese. Is that what you're thinking? Okay. So apologizing to an ex is cool, especially on journeys of atonement, but they don't always matter to the ex and don't have to. Okay, that makes sense. So how do y'all feel about closure? Do y'all feel like y'all need closure from an ex? Do y'all need that apology? Or do you need to give an apology after so much time? Think about that. So Derek says, I can speak to the frivolous use of saying I love you, other than maybe they get scared or realize they're not worthy. Ooh, that makes sense. Absolutely. I can see that. I can definitely see that. And sometimes it may not even be personal. Sometimes you may have to give a person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they're going through something, you know. Um, maybe it's another reason that they just ain't into you, right? I know y'all didn't seen that book or read something. He's just not that into you. It doesn't necessarily mean that all the time, right? What y'all think? Yeah. Well, anyway, um, my take on it. I know I'm not a man. Okay. All right. I know she wants to hear from the fellas, but I would say, right, sis, just try to like observe his actions, not just his words. Right. Look at what he's doing, and then also think about communicating to him directly. Like, hey, love, what's going on? Right. And then want to, you may have to detach, but do it with love. Okay. It don't always have to be a bad thing, right? He may be struggling personally. There may be a fear of commitment. He may just be emotionally unavailable for whatever reason. He might be stressed, overwhelmed, right? Give him some space. Let him come to you. Okay. You may have to do that, right? Sometimes you just have to take some space. And at the same time, just make sure that you're protecting your heart as well. Okay, it's cool to give respect and acknowledge where a person is at, but look at your heart as well. Don't lose yourself. Okay, and then after that, you decide how you want to move from there. Okay. All right. So Derek says some people tell what they want to hear to get what they want, then they're gone. That does happen. Some people lie to kick it. They'll throw that "I love you" out there, like "Hey, I love you," but their intentions ain't right. It happens. It definitely does happen. Okay. All right, boom. So another thing that I do want to share right quick, I did ask a question in relationship soup, and it was about apologizing. All right. So the question that I did ask was, is it more important to apologize or forgive, and why? Should you apologize even if you don't think that you're wrong? Have you ever apologized and regretted it, and why? Okay. So those were the questions that I did ask. Okay. And so these were some of the responses. Yomo says it's more important to forgive than to apologize. Apologies fall on deaf ears where forgiving yourself allows you to move forward and learn from your failure and forgive the other person because we are all in charge of our own choices. Never operate outside of your control. I like that. Nikki says an apology is for others when you've wronged them. Forgiveness is for yourself to release hurt. When it's looked at in this context, apologies represent selflessness and forgiveness is healing. I think there's a healthy balance of both necessary. Okay. And so then Michael says it's more important to be fair in your apologies and your forgiveness, not only to others, but to yourself. I don't apologize for things I haven't done wrong, nor do I forgive those who have intentionally done wrong to me. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. So what y'all think? Y'all like them answers? Have you ever apologized just to apologize? Have you ever done that? All right, boom. So let's see here. Where else do I want to go? This is what I want to do. Okay, now to be fair, because sometimes, you know, I've seen shows. Okay, I watch all kind of court shows, all kind of like Datelines and different things like that. Now, if you are an ex that just feels like you want to apologize, maybe it's not even to an ex. Okay, maybe there's years past, right, where you want to apologize to someone. What are some things that you want to think about that you should think about? Okay, I see some of your comments there. So Terry says, yes, I have. Hi, Fudge. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Derek says, there's a reason sincerely apologizing is part of the 12-step program. Even if you can't contact the person, you can journal or write a letter and put it away. Absolutely. Have y'all done that before? Thank you for that, Derek. Absolutely. That's definitely an option. But if you feel like you just want to apologize after so many years, really think about it. Think about your intentions because intention is everything. Okay? And your intention should always be at the forefront. Before you make a decision, think about what your intentions are. Okay? And think about boundaries. And that's what I was talking about earlier. You know, when an ex had reached out to me, I mean, I didn't moved on with life. I mean, I'm Gucci. I'm good, right? So think about it. You might want to think about what their current life could be. Think about whether the apology would truly help or hurt. Because sometimes apologies can cause hurt because it's opening a whole can of worms that you didn't did the work on and got over. Right? So you got to think about that as well. You might want to consider Derek's recommendation to journal about it. Okay. And again, I mean, if you just gotta go revisit your past like that, think about how you've grown from your mistakes. Okay, and you might even want to talk about that if the ex is open to hearing that or whatever. All right. So, and for the person who's receiving the apology, you're not obligated to even entertain it or to even forgive. Now, I think forgiveness should, if we're operating at our center and being high vibrational, you letting it flow, forgiveness is good. Forgive, move on, right? But if you want to be human first or wherever you are in that moment, you're not obligated to forgive them. Okay. It's like, okay, that's cute that you're apologizing, but you don't have to do nothing with it. Okay. So, yeah, just a thought. Just a thought. All right. So let's see here. Terry says, "What up?" Fonda says, "Where that person is in their life." Absolutely. That matters. That absolutely matters where a person is in their life. So Tonality Records says, if he said I love you, then ghosted you in my 50 Cent voice. He was running game on you. Just kidding. Communication is key to knowledge and understanding of intentionality. That makes sense. That definitely makes sense. All right, so let's see here. And then like earlier, I had inquired if a boss should apologize. I've literally had supervisors apologize to me. Even the person that I work with now has apologized for things, right? And if you are a supervisor, a manager, or whatever, let me tell y'all how to apologize. Okay, do what you want with it, right? Be direct. Give the direct. You ain't even got to be indirect. You don't have to put a buffer with it unless you want to. Now I feel like I'm doing a whole conversation slash lecture, right? But be direct. And again, acknowledge the impact. Like if you a manager that really messed up, and I know that you have to think about these things when it comes to like, people be going to HR and different things like that. But I mean, you'll know how to move. Offer a solution. Sometimes there's a solution to it, and then follow through. I'm just saying, right? All right. So this is what I want to do. We flowing nice tonight, and thank y'all so much for y'all feedback. I really appreciate this. All right, so boom, because apologizing, it's going to make us better. It can make us better people. It can help us on our journey. It can even help somebody else on their journey too. So think about that. It can deepen the connection. Y'all see how I brought that together? Y'all like that? I brought it together. All right, yeah, bars. All right, so now this is what I want to do, y'all. I want to play this quick true false game. I want to test y'all knowledge to see where y'all are when it comes to apologizing, okay? So this is a true false, okay? So check this out. I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay, so let me give it some time to go in there. So saying I'm sorry I hurt you is a strong apology. Saying I'm sorry if I hurt you is a strong apology. What y'all thinking, true or false? Is that false or is that true? What y'all think? Saying I'm sorry if I hurt you is a strong apology. This is a pop quiz. Y'all know I'm a professor. Is that a strong apology? What y'all think? True or false? Okay, so let's see here. So Ian says no. You say no, Ian. What you say? No. False. Derek says false. What else? What y'all thinking? Hey, I'm sorry if I hurt you, baby. Does that make it better if they put the baby on the end? All right. So Derek says false. So the answer is false. Now, this kind of apology, and again, it's a case by case, y'all. Okay, this is just in general. This kind of apology is dismissive because it implies doubt about the other person's feelings. Did y'all think about that? A better apology is I'm sorry that I hurt you. You see what I did there? That shows accountability. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see here. Could be depending on gravity of the situation. Absolutely. There's a lot of different factors that can take place. All right. All right. So let's see here. What about this one, y'all? What y'all think? True or false? Let's see. Forget my Verizon is slow. A verbal apology is enough to repair trust. I see your comment, Ian. I'm going to bring it on in a minute. So here's my other question. A verbal apology is enough to repair trust. What y'all think about that? Somebody come to you, hey, baby, I'm sorry for what I did. What y'all think? True or false? A verbal apology is enough to repair trust. And of course, it's going to be situational, case by case, just in general. What y'all think for the sake of this game? Not necessarily, says Derek. But says hashtag false. Okay. All right. All right. Give it a couple more seconds. I see you, Reese. I'm gonna bring your comment up. All right. So the question is, well, the answer is false. While a verbal apology is important, the actions matter more. And again, that's going to probably depend on the person because some people might put more weight on verbal, where another person might put more weight on actions. Studies show that offering restitution or showing change behavior strengthens the impact of apology. So it's like, okay, you give the apology and then you show change, then that just makes that apology more powerful, right? Okay. All right. All right, so let me see here. I see y'all comments. Let's see here. Reese says, question for the supers. And Lisa, in the words of Timberland in One Republic, is it ever too late to apologize? What y'all think? Is it ever too late to apologize? Do apologies have expiration dates? Do they? I'm gonna answer it for me while y'all thinking about that. It depends. I think it depends. Like, if I had like a relative that wanted to come back to apologize to me for something, and actually I have had a relative, we weren't communicating for a really long time, and they came back to apologize to me after I think 6 years had passed, and I was like, cool, all right. And then our relationship got better. Okay, there was change behavior, all that. Our relationship got better. Okay, for me, my ex from 6 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever, I don't even need it. So yes, in that case, I don't even need to hear from you. I'm over it. I'm done. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it depends on the individual. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So I'm sorry for what I did. I feel bad. Tonality says, in the words of Timberland One Republic, is it ever too late to apologize? So Harry Smith, apologies mean people take accountability for one's actions and admitting that they did wrong and that's hard for people to do. It can be hard. One, a lot of us tend to operate from ego sometimes. That makes it hard. But if you operating from your spiritual self, it shouldn't be hard, right? But a lot of us, and I'm guilty of it, I ain't gonna act like I've conquered my ego. I ain't totally conquered my ego. I just shared a couple of situations. Okay. I'm working on self. All right. But sometimes that ego be like, oh hell no, I ain't apologizing. You ain't getting nothing, nada. I'm just being real. I'm human. Terry says case by case situation. Absolutely. Ian says, I apologized to a girl that we used to bully in high school recently. It made her day. Ian, that is wonderful. I'm glad that you did that. Because just even me when I worked in K through 12, I saw the impact of bullying. Just even in conversations and heck, even with self, bullying can have some crazy, some long term, and it can affect a person long term, right? So the fact that you apologize, I think that's a beautiful thing. So in that case, maybe it did not have an expiration date. That's why I said it's case by case. It really depends. I'm just saying for me, there's certain people I don't need no apology from. There are certain people I do not need an apology from. I don't. Because sometimes, and it depends, it's a case by case, I get my own closure. I don't need closure from you. I don't. I'll do the work and get it myself. I'm not going to give you that power. Okay. So it just really depends. But I'm glad you did that. Nikki says it can be too late to apologize. People don't have to accept your apology. No, they don't have to accept your apology. Nor do they have to forgive you. Right? And again, it totally depends. That's why I say it's definitely a case by case. Sometimes going back to apologize to a person can totally undo all the work that they've done. Do you really want to do that? Journal about Derek. Hey, Derek then gave you an option. Sometimes you just don't need to say nothing. Sometimes you just need to just journal about it, burn it, whatever you got to do. Put it in the atmosphere, whatever you got to do. Sometimes you ain't got to say nothing. Sometimes, hey, you missed your opportunity to apologize. Nikki said that already because she and looked on you. Now, Derek, I know Nikki is one of my relationship soup admins. She ain't looked on the paper. Mrs. Bonner did not know what I was going to be talking about today. She ain't got the cheat sheet or the blueprint. She tuning in just like you. Just saying. All right, so hi, Shannon. Thanks so much for joining me, beautiful. I appreciate you. It depends on the person receiving the apology to set or receive to accept or receive the apology during a specific time period. To set or receive the apology during a specific time period. That makes sense. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nikki says cheated. I know, Nikki, girl, he said you cheated. He said you over here cheating. Well, you over there cheating. You cheating, Nikki? No, Nikki ain't cheating. She ain't got the blueprint. She ain't got the blueprint. She said never. Is that how you said it, Nikki? Never. Okay, so Derek says they can expire 5 months after a wedding. Nah, 5 months after a breakup depends. Yeah, again, it's definitely a case by case, y'all. And again, I am not the judge to tell you how to move, right? I am not the judge. We're just having a conversation. You have to assess for your situation. That's just what it always boils down to. We just converse. All right, so y'all, let's look at this, y'all. All right, so let's look at this one. We back to the true false because I'm gonna be getting out of here in a minute. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what I be hungry. Men, so true or false? Men apologize less often than women. True or false, y'all? What y'all think? Men apologize less often than women. What y'all think? Men, men in this thread, in this moment, the men in this room, on this chat, participating in this podcast. Is this true? Is it? Do men apologize less often than women? Which I think true or false? Oh, y'all quiet. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. All right. Okay, I see Terry. I see Mr. Fudge. True. He says true. Harry says false. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'm gonna give y'all some time to answer that. Hi, Summer Beecher. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Summer says, I think they apologize more to get out of trouble, to get off the couch, to get out the doghouse. So y'all apologizing, but it ain't sincere. Y'all have a motive behind it. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Summer? Let's see here. So, Lisa, I'm sorry. I don't know what but deposited in my emotional intelligence. Y'all know y'all be cracking me up. Oh yeah, Reese. Oh yeah. All right. So let me tell y'all what this answer is. The answer is true. Studies, okay, studies show that men tend to apologize less because they perceive fewer actions as requiring an apology, while women are more attuned to social dynamics. Which I think women, ladies, do y'all tend to apologize more? What you think? Shannon says, I think they apologize in ways other than merely using words. That's true. And you can, yeah, that's true. You can apologize, right? Especially, I love Asian foods. You didn't mess up. Hey, you better bring some General Soul and some chicken fried rice. Chicken fried rice, right? That's way. Hey, that's a way to say I'm sorry. Right. Boom. Okay, I see you, Nikki. Absolutely. Absolutely. We got time for another question. Another question, y'all. So I'm gonna put this in the chat. What y'all think about this one? Apologizing first, first that is, in a conflict makes you look weak. What you think? So if you're the first one to apologize, right, that makes you look weak. What y'all think? Y'all feel weak if y'all the first to apologize? What y'all thinking? Hmm. I do see some answers. So Nikki says nope. Tonality says scientifically false. Oh yeah, tell me about that. Anybody else? Let's see here. Let's see. Let's see. I see y'all comments coming in. It takes courage to apologize, which is not weak at all. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with that. It does take courage. Especially when you know, man, when you figure out or know you was wrong. Derek says absolutely false, and we all know it. Do we all know it, Derek, Mr. Norris? People don't apologize when they don't think they're wrong. Okay, all right. No, it don't. Nope, absolutely not. Own it. I agree, right? Yeah, I totally agree. All right, so let's see here. Is there anything else I want to share with y'all before we get out of here? All right, so is there anything else y'all want to share before we wait? Do women apologize now, Mr. Norris? Of course we apologize. What? You ain't heard me talk about some of the apologizing that I've done in my lifetime. You've even seen me apologize in the soup. Remember when I used to have to post them apologies when people would be doing the food? And then I would have to be the one to say, hey, I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize on behalf of this person because of XYZ. Women, we do apologize. Absolutely, we do. Right? Hey, one of the answers back said that because women are influenced by social dynamics. Just saying. Or maybe some of us are just a little bit more elevated. Right? Maybe we've done the work. Which I think. All right, y'all. So look, check this out. Okay, I see. Uh-oh. Derek, see, you you started stuff. So boom. So Derek says, nah, a feminist nest. I'm surprised at the responses. At that response. Even the women in my family mostly, never mind. Oh yeah, the women in your family? Really? Really, Derek? False. All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here tonight. Thank y'all all for joining me, right? I really appreciate all the answers, all of the feedback, all of that. And what I really do hope that you take the initiative to apologize if you get the opportunity, especially in today. I was having a conversation with my mama, who I'm about to shout out here. And we were talking about apologizing, apologies, and stuff like that before the show. And she was even talking about, especially even now in this day and time, what's wrong with just taking that time out to apologize? There's so much uncertainty and things like that. And the truth of the matter is, I mean, hey, we all probably won't be here forever, right? What's wrong with taking the initiative to apologize, especially if you love somebody, right? You love somebody, why not take that time to be like, hey, I was wrong. And really mean it though. Don't be fake. If you're gonna be fake, keep that ish. All right, I'm just saying. Derek says, I don't feel weak. I'm trying to atone, reconcile, and move on. Good evening, Daniel Artest. What's the science? We was talking about apologizing tonight and apologies, right? That's what we was on tonight. Have you ever apologized, Daniel? How do you feel about apologies? But anyway, y'all. So again, apologizing does not mean that you're weak. It don't. It don't mean you're weak. Don't let your ego play with you. Don't let your ego play with you. It don't necessarily mean that you're weak. Okay. It means that you value your relationship, whatever it may be, whether it's romantic, whether it's a friendship, family, whatever, right? A stranger. It means that you value the relationship more than your ego. Okay. I'm trying to be profound here and you're laughing. So, something I want you to think about, is there anybody in your life that needs an apology? Okay. And really think about it. I do apologize. You do? Absolutely. I know you do, Daniel. Right? That's just kind of how our circle is. We will apologize. Right? Absolutely. So, think about that. Is there somebody that you want to apologize to? Think about it. And think about your approach. Should it be a journal entry? Or should you actually face that person and apologize? Think about that. It all can be effective. All right. All right, boom. So, of course, I got to give a shout out to my people before getting out of here, y'all. Absolutely. Oh, L Boogie, what's the science? Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I appreciate you. Absolutely. Thanks so much for tuning in. So, anyway, I want to give a shout out to my people, to my mama. Mama, thank you so much for listening. I apologize. Look, I don't apologize, right? I appreciate you always tuning in. But if I did need to apologize, Mama, I would. And like that, I don't play with you. I don't play about you, Mama, at all. You know that. My ego ain't as important. I'm apologize to you. You my boo. You my girl. And then I want to give a shout out to Lyric. Lyric, thank you so much for always tuning in, for what you do behind the scenes. I really, really appreciate you. My Aunt Anna, I appreciate you. All right. Always tuning in. Even before the show, my Aunt Anna hit me up to give me some motivation, some inspiration, right? Let's see here. Daniel, you're the last comment I'm bringing up. There's no one anymore in my life, b-ball career wise, laughing out loud. I have to apologize to a lot of folks. Chilling L, and my apologies comes in my bad. Okay. Absolutely. And there's different ways to apologize. That's just the truth of the matter. It is different ways to apologize, and that's okay. You just have to find what makes sense for you. Today's show was pretty general. Okay. You have to find what works for you. And again, y'all already know the spiel. Relationship Soup, period. YouTube, Facebook, Relationship Soup Group, Relationship Soup LLC, IG, Relationship Soup, and of course, hit that website up, y'all. If y'all need some greeting cards or whatever, okay, relationshipsoup.com. So my last words, of course, well, my final words for tonight, not my last words, because I ain't trying to piece out this timeline yet. I got stuff to do. See, I've been really intentional with my words and what I say. I've been speaking different internally and externally. All right. As always, love yourself, right? Do the work. It's worth it. You worth it. And with that, I'm out. Peace.